y'all, iRix Guy here, and a lot of you have asked me, how do you live stream to YouTube? You know, what's the equipment that's needed? How do you do a real-time chroma key, also referred to as green screen, you know, when you put something in the background that's not actually behind you? Well, there's several pieces to this puzzle, and what I'm going to do within this video, I'm going to provide you with a summary, and you can check the link within this video's description to find all the equipment, and I'm going to do follow-up videos for some of the more technical pieces, you know, like the real-time chroma keying, how to add title effects, how to have an intro and an outro for your live show. Maybe during your live show you want to pull in a video clip. We're going to go through all of that. But within this video we're going to talk about the high level and get you started. So the first thing you'll need, obviously, is an internet connection and a computer that's capable of, you know, a current computer that can handle the live streaming. Now keep in mind, just because it may be powerful enough to handle the live streaming doesn't mean that it's necessarily powerful enough to handle the live chroma key. So keep that in mind, because, for example, with me, I'm running a current model 2017 MacBook Pro, and you can find it within this video's description, but it's decent specifications. But when I do live chroma key with it, it's a little bit pushing it. But with my desktop iMac that I run, a more powerful machine, it can handle real-time chroma key like a champ. So, you know, take those things into consideration. Obviously, a fast internet connection, because that'll dictate the level of quality that you're able to live stream with. You know, obviously, a slower internet connection, you're not going to be able to live stream at, let's say, 1080p or something. You may have to go down to 720p or a lesser resolution. So as far as equipment's concerned, what I've found that works best, and this would be for the Mac or the PC world, obviously I'm an all Mac guy, so it's what I use for my Mac, but it'll also work for PC. The web camera within this video's description, it's kind of an older web camera, but it just connects by way of a USB cable, and I feel that the quality of it for live streaming is great. So I haven't, you know, in the past I've used devices that would enable me to use my prosumer camcorder and live stream with that, but, you know, why do that when I can use the USB camera? Keep in mind also with the USB cameras that it's possible, if you want to have multiple camera angles and switch among the various cameras, that's something that that's the great convenience about the USB, is that if you've got multiple USB ports, multiple cameras, you know, maybe you're doing an unboxing video, maybe you're doing face-on video, and you want to rotate among those various cameras, it's a convenient way to do it. Audio is king, so something you definitely want is a high-quality microphone. Now again, within this video's description, I've listed the USB mic that I use that when I'm in my virtual set, and you see it in front of me, that's the microphone that I'm using. But if you need portability and you need to walk around, you may want to consider some other microphone options. But if it's just a talk show style live broadcast, that USB microphone is freaking rock solid. From my, you know, in my opinion, it is. I feel the audio quality is great. Now, as far as software is concerned, there's not that many options when it comes to live streaming, but the one that I use is Wirecast, and you can find the link to the Wirecast that I use again within this video's description. I've got a link to it. I put everything there, so you can go to that link and you can find all the equipment and the links to the other pieces that I use. So it's not, and oh, and I failed to mention, you've got to have a YouTube account that's in good standing and allows live streaming. So check in your YouTube account and see if you have live streaming. So once you have all this set up, and again, we're going to go into a lot more granular detail in the other videos, but once you have it all set up, it's basically a matter of, you know, if you want to have an intro clip and an outro clip for branding, like you watch my live show, iRix Guy's live show, you can go to irixguy.com and look at the live show to see an example, or go to epicdroneshow.com. You'll see when I start those shows, the most current versions of those shows, that I've got an intro clip and I'm flying a drone. And then when the show concludes, I've got an outro clip. So that's important from a branding perspective, because, you know, you want to encourage people to subscribe to your channel if they're watching the live show. Also, once the live show concludes, you have the option to publish it on YouTube as a previously recorded video. So people that may not have been able to attend in real time, they can watch the previously recorded version, or maybe they want to watch it again. Or maybe you're just wanting to grow your vlog, VLOG website to include all of your previously recorded live shows. So that's an important something that I emphasize is putting in that outro and intro clip, even though it's a live show, but that adds value not only during the live show, but when it's uploaded afterwards, if you choose to do that for branding purposes. Now to create that, I just use Final Cut Pro 10. So I've created those clips ahead of time, and when we get into this more technical video where I explain how to incorporate that into Wirecast, you'll see how I put the intro and the outro in. And then also how I switch among the multiple cameras. And then the chroma key, the real-time green screening. It may seem like it's difficult, but it's all about the lighting. And I'm going to do another video just showcasing the lighting, because you can see the video you're watching now. Obviously, this isn't a live stream, but this video I'm filming in my same studio. So you can see the green screen effect, I hope, is somewhat convincing. And you can see that the lighting, I hope, is somewhat decent. And I've accomplished that. I've got multiple lights. Again, I'm going to check the link within this video's description, because I'm going to post a video there that shows my lighting setup. And I'm in a somewhat small space. The camera that I'm using right now is Sony Alpha. It's about 5 feet in front of me. So I'm working in a tight spot, but I've got the lighting in what I feel is the optimal placement for this location. And that's another point. When you figure out what, the levels that you use for each light, how bright, how close are they to you, document all of that. And get some gaffer tape or something and mark it off on your floor. And then that way, if you have to move stuff because you're cleaning or whatever, you can probably put it back in somewhat same spot, so you don't have to deal every time with tweaking your lighting placement. Because once you nail the lighting, it's something you don't want to have to redo every time. So that's another tip. But yeah, you get that set up, get your lighting, then the chroma key is a piece of cake. Because if you're well lit and you've got a bright green or bright blue backdrop that's well lit and doesn't have shadows and this, that, and the other, it's easy to create a convincing real-time chroma key effect. And it's really a matter, your creativity is the only thing stopping you. I mean, you could use videos in the background, you could use still photos in the background. With Wirecast, if you want to change up the background periodically throughout your live event, you can do that. It really makes a live event more entertaining to watch. And especially when you're bringing in those multiple cameras, because if you're doing an unboxing, boom, within Wirecast, you select that camera, the camera's right on the thing that is being unboxed. Or you've got a guest in the studio, boom, the camera goes to them. Or maybe even another camera where you get everything in one shot. I mean, it's up to how you want to design the look and feel of your live show. But it doesn't have to break the bank. Sure, Wirecast software is a little bit expensive. If you don't already have a computer that's sufficient for live streaming, that's an investment. I mean, there's a lot of initial investments, but once these components are purchased, and again, I'm not going for the top dollar stuff. I'm just going for what I've found that on a modest budget, for someone that's I'm not part of a multi-channel network. I'm independent YouTuber. So someone that's on a moderate budget and wants to implement a live piece for their channel, how does one do it on a somewhat limited budget? And this is how I've done it. So again, this is just my overall video. Check the link within this video's description. You can find all the equipment. You can read more about it. And you can find my links to my other videos where I talk about the various pieces. Again, the lighting, the real-time chroma key, and whatever you want to know. What do you want to know about streaming live on YouTube? Ask. Best way to get me is comment on YouTube or go to my Facebook fan page, facebook.com/IRicksGuy. Ask your questions, and hopefully it'll be something that I'm knowledgeable about, and hopefully I can post a video and add to the library of information I'm putting together. That was one of the most challenging things that I found when I became involved with not just YouTube, but especially live streaming. It was very poorly documented. There weren't a lot of people that had, well, there were people that had done it, but there weren't enough people that had done it to where the people that had become involved with the live streaming were willing to share that information. So that's my objective, is to share with you what I learned on my own, what I learned and what I've worked to perfect, share with you, so hopefully that you can jump in on live streaming and it not be as tough of an animal as it was for me when I initially started out. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. YouTube.com/IRIXGuy. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IRIXGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.